Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. Thank you, Mandy, for giving me the chance to pop in and do a little training with you guys. I'm so excited to be here and chat with you. So, I'm Whitney Hoerfer. I'm a virtual assistant for network marketers, and I have had my business coming up on 2 years now. And my sole focus is helping those top earners and supporting their business so they can really focus on their true passions, whether it be leading, mentoring, what have you. So I really take on more of the back end systems like email marketing, social media marketing, management, team retention, things like that. So today, I want to discuss how, as a network marketer, you can effectively pitch in the DMs. I think there's a lot of hesitations around this, some anxieties of how to approach it. Can it really be done? That question gets asked a lot. So I wanted to go into greater detail, and I'll actually have a freebie to drop at the end of this, or it'll be shared with the training. And it's going to go in a lot greater detail with examples and sample scripts and all that. So before I jump right in, I want to just give two disclaimers. So the first being that I know in network marketing, you sell two different facets, right? You sell a product and you sell an opportunity to join you. So for just the sake of clarity and focus, my examples and everything I'm walking through is really focusing on the business angle, the opportunity angle. But just know that it can totally be applied to selling products as well. I just want to keep it as streamlined as possible. So just know that. And then disclaimer two is, more importantly, I can't put enough emphasis on this. I want to stress that I can paint the prettiest scenario of how a situation could go and play out, but no two instances are the same, as you know. So you're going to have to use your situational discretion and awareness to really feel out the right opportunities here, to really take things from surface level conversation to, hey, let's have a deeper level conversation about this. I really think you could be a great fit. So cool. Got that out of the way. So let's dive in. So first things first, laying the foundation. This is kind of where it begins. The very first thing you need to realize is that recruiting new team members doesn't happen through spammy, sleazy, hey girl messages right out the gate, right? That should not be your Instagram tactic. I'm sorry. I'm sure there are exceptions, but overall, it takes concerted effort and it takes time. You can't go from finding someone on Instagram you think would be a perfect fit just by looking at her profile, following her, commenting on a post, and immediately like jumping into her DMs. That's just not how it goes. So building relationships, getting clear on your ideal target, and recognizing, building relationships, and then getting in front of your ideal target and having them recognize your name is what leads to the higher conversion. So I know that it can feel like a really long game in an engagement, and replies to different stories and posts can feel like a waste of time. But trust me, if this is a necessary step to take, it is absolutely crucial. So if you want to take a stranger to a new team member, you have to start by laying the foundation. So ways to do that. Here's some ways to start building connections with people that you find. I like to say, once I found an ideal target, and I do that a lot by hashtag research. So I get really, really specific on my hashtags, and I set aside time to kind of go down that rabbit hole. I find someone, I follow them, I like their first 3 posts, and then I find at least one of those posts to comment on in a really genuine way. So looking at the other comments, if there are any on that particular post, and finding a way to stand out. And just have your, so they notice your comment right away. If that person follows you back, which hopefully they do, I always send a welcome DM. And this is just short, no frills, straight to the point. hey, Sarah, thanks so much for following. It's so great to connect with you. Like, that's it. This is not, the the opportunity to send like a long form question. It's just straight to the point. Um, and that's it. And if, people don't want to work, they want it to be easy. Don't make them work. Don't ask them all these long form questions. Keep it short. And interact with them. This should be a no brainer, but it does take effort. And I say you have to continually comment on their posts, more than just like surface level things like cute shirt or I love your dog. Interacting with their stories is huge too. Not just sending those reaction stickers, actually taking time to interact with their stories, because that goes straight to their DMs. They see those comments straight in their DMs. If they post a sticker, if they post a multiple choice, a question box, if they post a poll, like interact with those, they'll start to recognize your name. So that's kind of the first step. The second step is then creating opportunities for them to interact with you. So you're engaging with them consistently. They hopefully should be starting to recognize your name. Hopefully they followed you. So now it's time, if you haven't already, to start creating opportunities for them to interact with you. So you can engage, you can comment, you can interact with them all you want, but if you're not creating and putting out that valuable content that speaks directly to their pain points, it's kind of all for nothing, right? If they pop over to your profile and they're like, is this girl even alive? Like, it's not gonna give the best impression. So make sure you're consistently showing up on your profile, so they can start to get a feel for, the types of things that you do and you love. When you're putting out content, posts, stories, IGTVs, going live, you need to be really asking yourself, one, is this hitting a pain point of my ideal team member? Two, is this benefiting them? Is this building trust with them? And am I showing up as an authority behind this company? Is that coming across? So creating opportunities for your ideal team members to interact in your stories through like polls and quizzes and question boxes is a great way to open the door to deeper conversations. So when you post about, let's say, your amazing life-changing opportunity that you've had with this company and the ways that it has, how you've been financially stable and all that, that doesn't necessarily provide the chance to take things to the next level in terms of a deeper conversation. So polls, quizzes, question boxes, those are a great way to do that. So you know them well, you see others use them. At the end of your stories, as you're sharing about your company and about your products and the opportunity to join you, invite them to continue the conversation with you by strategically asking them questions that would naturally lead to then take it to the DM. So an example of this could be, at the end of your story, are you looking for something more? Are you interested in working from your phone, setting your own hours? Are you interested in getting half off the best skincare? Are you interested in having another stream of income? Something like that, that gives them the opportunity to comment or vote. So based on their response, then you could jump right in the DMs and continue having the conversation with them. But keep in mind, there are a million and one ways this could go. So again, back to my first point, you have to use your situational discretion. But with that being said, an example of that based on someone's response to your poll could be, hey, Sarah, I saw you voted. I'm so glad that message resonated with you. Like, where do you feel like you struggle the most with balance? Or thanks so much for voting. I'm so glad this resonated with you. We as moms, we take on so much, and I'd love to share my journey with you sometime. Something to that effect. So step 3 is kind of taking it a step further. So the next step doesn't always happen right after the first interaction, with polls and question stickers and all that. Sometimes it does take some back and forth or more. And this is really, again, where you need to use your discretion and go with your gut. So, ideally, you've built the trust, you're offering solutions to pain points, and you're ready to send what I call like a transition DM. And I say this is most effective when sent as a voice DM. Voice DMs are really great in general, but especially in this situation. So when you send a voice DM, you're going to offer additional support or information and invite them to take the next step. But the important thing is, and the important thing to abide by is you want to ask permission first, to be respectful. So an example of this could be, hey, I'm switching to a voice message for convenience sake. And this works best if you're already kind of conversing with them. Switching over to a voice DM, I would love to talk with you more about this opportunity. You really seem like the perfect candidate. You seem really driven, and that's just how the other women on my team are. We're actually having a call tomorrow evening with one of our top earners. She's sharing all her wisdom with people who might be interested, no pressure whatsoever. And then I would follow that up with a regular just text DM asking, would you be interested in joining the call? Again, no pressure. I'd be happy to send the link if so. And then you wait for them to respond. If they say, yeah, sure, then you send them a link, obviously, and act excited about it. Awesome. That's great. I think, this will give a really good peek inside our company. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have afterwards. And, just mention, I'll check in after the call in a few days and see what you thought. That just shows that like, oh, okay, she's going to follow up. Like, if I say I'm going to go, I better attend. So step 4, the follow-up, right? This is crucial. If you say you're going to follow up, do it. Put reminders on your calendar, write it down, whatever you need. If you don't hear anything from them after the call, after the call or after you follow up, just send another DM, voice or text, a few days after the interaction, and just say, hey, I'm following up. Did you get a chance to attend the call? What did you think? So excited to hear your thoughts. And if they could respond and say, I haven't had a chance to learn more. Life happens. You say, no problem. I get it. Let me know once you're able to watch or able to learn more, and I'll check back soon. Simple as that. So the important thing is you continue engaging with them. If this kind of thing happens, you continue engaging with them just as you have been. You like their posts, you reply to their stories, you're still offering opportunities for people to engage with you. This just shows that you're not viewing people as strictly like money signs. It shows that you are genuinely interested. So if it's complete crickets, check back. People need follow-ups until they tell you no. It's, people need follow-ups. They need reminders. So another common scenario, if you're thinking, okay, these tips and everything you're saying is great. I do all these things and I'm already doing these things and no one's voting. No one in my ideal audience is interacting with me. I get it. So there are some questions I want to ask before we move on to kind of a possible solution. Number 1 being, are you throwing up polls, quizzes, question boxes consistently? Are you offering enough opportunities for people to interact with you? If not, that's your first step. Try starting out with things that are fun and have absolutely nothing to do with your offer. Sometimes it takes training your audience. I know I've seen that in my business. Training my audience to interact with my stories. So what's your favorite Starbucks order? Who else despises laundry like me? Who's watching The Bachelor tonight? Like things like that, that are just fun and lighthearted. So that's one thing. The second thing, are you showing up consistently? I make it a point in my business every day, no matter what time of day you pop over to my Instagram profile, you will see a red ring around my face, meaning that I am active on stories every day. So that at any given time, someone pops over, they can see I'm alive, they can see that I'm very active in my business. And even more so, I try to show social proof, or, give behind the scenes glimpses of what I'm working on, things like that. So are you showing up consistently? Do you interact with their content? Are you interacting with their content? One thing I like to do is, if I find an ideal target, I will save their post, or save them in my save folder on Instagram, so that I can always pop in, and if I'm short on time or whatever, I can pop in on them, see if they have a new post or something, rather than do the scroll and all that. I can pop right over to them in my save folder, and comment if they have a new story or a new post. So, are you interacting with their content, and are you specifically solving their problems through your content? This is huge. Are you continually giving value? Do they see that in your content? So, if you answer no to any of those, I'd say start there. But if you're like, yes, 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 I'm doing all the things, and it's just you're not seeing these things, and people aren't interacting with you how you would like, here's another possible solution: the invitation DM. And I offer this only if you've worked really hard to lay the foundation, you've interacted with the person consistently, or people, and they're just not interacting with you through your content. This could be sent as a voice DM. In fact, I would highly suggest it be sent as a voice DM. Sending this person a message like, hey, Sarah, I hope all is well with you. I'm reaching out because our company has a really exciting team call tomorrow night, where our top leaders are actually going to be speaking about their success. And I thought of you. I thought this would be a great chance for you to learn more about our company. No pressure at all, but since we've been connected on Instagram for a while, I wanted to reach out and see if you'd be interested at all, for just 30 minutes. And if so, I'd be happy to send you a Zoom link, something like that. Does it work every time? No, but it is another option. Again, one of those you got to feel out those situations, but I have done that before and seen good results. So, wrapping up here, my final thoughts. If all of this seems like really overwhelming, I don't mean for it to be. These are just methods and strategies, suggestions, and they're simply intended to help educate on kind of the proper ways to navigate the DMs and approach ideal team members in a respectful and non-sleazy way. So I can't stress enough to lean into your intuition. If you're feeling stuck on determining if now is the right opportunity to reach out to someone, some loose guidelines I like to follow are, just as a general rule of thumb, I would never send a pitch DM to someone that hasn't independently interacted with me. For example, they have initiated a conversation or commented on something at least 2 to 3 times over the course of a month or two. So just because someone has voted in my poll does not mean that they're ripe for pitching. It's much more important to evaluate how long they've been interacting with you and how much you think they could benefit from the opportunity. But length of time definitely isn't the only factor here. So, some ideal team members that you come in contact with will be more engaged and likely more ready for approaching about your opportunity than others. And for other people, it could take months. That's not meant to be discouraging. I just want to show you that it does take strategy, it takes effort, it takes time. And you should truly be evaluating the quality of an online relationship versus the length of it. So that is really all I had. Again, I have a freebie that goes into all of this, a PDF document with sample text and screenshots and all that good stuff. So that'll be shared hopefully along with the training. I would love to answer any questions you have, and you can find me on Instagram. I'm at Whitney Hoerfer, Whitney.Hoerfer, Hoefer. and I'm on Facebook as well. So connect with me and reach out if you have any questions. And again, thank you, Mandy, for having me. And I will talk to you all later. Take care.